we're going to learn this NURBS modeling. And as soon as you finish studying NURBS modeling, which is brand new actual lesson, and then we're going to move on our next lesson, which is digital sculpting. NURBS modeling. Do you remember I explained about these types of modeling techniques and box modeling? This is what we have been doing. Usually we start with one of those polygon primitives, such as a sphere and cube and cylinder. You can find more polygon primitives by going to create menu and polygon primitives. Yeah, there are a couple, dozen different types of polygon primitives with which you can start creating something, whatever in a 3D model that you imagine. And so on the other hand, NURBS modeling. So non-uniform rational B-spline, rational B-spline. We probably have no idea what that means. Doesn't matter really. NURBS modeling is a mathematical model commonly used. Yeah, commonly used in computer graphics, of course, including computer animation for generating and representing curves. Well, this is one of the, I think, kind of noticeable, the advantages in using NURBS instead of box modeling. Curves and the surfaces without adding overwhelming in a number of segments. I mean, the other word, subdivisions, adding more subdivisions. We can still create elegant, beautiful curves and surfaces, and by using this technique, NURBS modeling technique. The shape of the surface is determined by control point. I will show you how to use this control point while modifying the 3D form and nature of NURBS modeling. NURBS modelings are useful for constructing organic forms, because of the smooth and minimal nature of the curves. NURBS and surface types are widely used in the field of animation, game, scientific visualizations, and industrial design. All right, we are very familiar with this poly models where you can choose to select one of those polygon primitives. Are you familiar with this blue icon? All blue. Once you select these curves and surfaces, you can see absolutely no orange icon. All are just blue. If you choose this polygon, all oranges, yellowish icon, and some green icon at the end. But once you select this, all blue. 100% all blue. So in order to work with NURBS modeling techniques, you have to select this one, this type, curves and surfaces. Okay, let's get started making some Revolve. Okay, so probably we'll have time to check the other tools, NURBS modeling tools, and these are, I would say, most frequently used, most probably popular the NURBS modeling tool, such as Revolve, Loft, Extrude. This don't get confused with this Extrude, NURBS Extrude. NURBS Extrude is totally different. I can't say totally different. That's quite different from the Extrude, where you can find on the modeling toolkit. So probably you have used the Extrude tool a million times while creating your previous animation. But this Extrude is different from this. This is another Extrude in NURBS modeling techniques. This Extrude is different from this one. Okay, you have to use this one, not this. And then Braille, others. So these are all pretty much all the NURBS modeling tool. Of course, you can find more tools by going to create, not here, not polygon primitives, but you need to go to right here, code tool, and then you should find this kind of code tool. And here's a NURBS primitives. You can find sphere, cube, and cylinder, blah, blah, blah. And then if you like to draw a line, just a line, go right here. Curves tools, NURBS primitive, curves tool. Not here. Okay, first of all, let's make a curve. A curve. You can definitely create this kind of wine glass, by using polygon primitives techniques. Probably you can start with a sphere, or some people might want to start with a cylinder. Yeah, so you can definitely make some beautiful wine glass with either spheres or cylinder or cone. But this time we're not going to use one of the polygon primitives, but we're going to use just line. What kind of line I'm talking about? This. Look at this, just a line. Sometimes we just use reference, like picture and images of the 3D model that you like to create on the NURBS modeling in nature. So let me find the one images. I need to go to modeling folder. Okay. And then I'm going to go to NURBS modeling. And here are some images of wine glasses as well as milk bottle. Okay, let's use this wine glass reference 001. How to import these JPG images into our Maya space, Maya documents. I'm going to place this, okay, this one, wine glass, 001 in this viewport. What is this? Front view. And this is top, and this is side, and then this perspective. So let me go to view and the image plane, import. So that import images. I have to find out this one. Do you think I can find? No, I don't think so. Shit. Let's do it like this. I'm going to look at this guy. Desktop, that'll be easier. Okay, again, view, import images, and then go to desktop. Yes, please. And I find it right here. Okay. Not all animators or modeling artists use this kind of reference. No, not everyone, but sometimes you need. Sometimes you will understand. Oh, you are about making some 3D models by using this NURBS modeling technique, and you will know whether you need a reference of the 3D models or not. So if you like to use any image of the images of reference of the 3D model you are about to make, so import or view and image plane and import. And then from here, I don't know if you like to adjust the color gain a little bit because it's too bright. Also, I don't know if you're interested in adjusting this alpha gain a little bit. So even if we reduce the value of alpha gain, you can still see contour, the outline of this object, right? So you can just kind of a little too bright. And then go to curve. So you can just simply click one of these or go to create and curve tool. So I'm going to use EP curve. There's EP curve. I guess this one is EP curve. What is this? This square, and this is circle, and this is curve, EP curve. So I select the EP curve, and then I'm going to start from here. Okay, I click twice, one here and one here. These are points, a vertex, two vertices, many vertices. So I'm going to do it kind of roughly here. So just follow the outline of this wine glass. All right. Yeah, I understand. I know. I'm not doing very well. Just follow this. And then you should follow the, you know why I'm drawing the curve inside of this wine glass. Otherwise, you won't get the depth, the thickness of this glass. So I'm drawing like this. All right, see what I got here. So let me quickly hide it. This reference, getting H. It's kind of ugly line. See, I just traced the outside, outline of the this wine glass. Yeah. Okay, this is not, we're not done yet. As you can see, the very ugly, the line is so ugly. And then right click. By control, so the shape of the surface is determined by control point. Let me show you the control point. Right click, and you can find this one, control in a vertex, control vertex. Yeah, you should click right click and control vertex. And there's a similar, one that you might want to use instead of control in a vertex. It's this one, edit point. Okay, let's talk about this control point vertex first. Okay, as you can see, look at the around here. See, this line is supposed to be straight, clean, and neat. But it's kind of a little curvy, ugly line. Just grab any of those, vertex, and then you can adjust like that. You see, you can grab multiple number. So look at this. You see what I'm doing here? See? What about this? Check it like this. Drag it like this. Over here, like this. So you should. I'm pretty sure that you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be satisfied at once. So you have to give some time for the refinement. You should refine those, position of those vertices, by dragging them like this. So you see what I'm doing here? So, see. All right. Look at the top. Yeah, obviously, we should provide sort of equal amount of space from the top and then until here, but this is not. Again, you have to adjust this. Yeah, you have to modify it. Refine. You should refine it. You should give a finishing in a touch very carefully. So once you're happy with this, what you can do. Okay. Oh, by the way, what if you like to use edit point instead of control? Yeah, so let's select this edit point. So I selected a point. Yeah, you can still modify edit point. Use one of these in a control vertex or edit point. See, let me try again. I'm gonna select edit point. Yes, yep. Each one has some pros and cons. Yeah. See, look at this. Look at this. And then what if you kind of notice that the like in between, like around here, you kind of notice that the you should have added more points, more vertices, and kind of notice that the lack of the vertices on this line. Do you think you can still add more points, more vertices on this line? Yes, yes. So right click, in this case, you have to select this one, curve point, curve. In order to achieve the smoother and the more elegant line, you probably need to add more point. It's sometimes. So curve point, okay. So not this one, not control vertex, not this one, but this one, curve point. And then let me zoom in this. Do you see the point I just added? Right? What if you like to add more than one point? Hold down Shift, 2, 3, 4, like 5, like that. Right? And then you go to curve. Yeah. See, look at this. Unfortunately, we don't. So what is this? So we don't have curve. Oh yeah, we do have curve. Yeah, because yeah, we have curve here. So we have curve, and then you'll find something insert. What is the insert? Yeah, I don't know why they use the nut instead of the points or vertex. But anyway, this is it. After adding more point, you have to select this one. Curves, not mesh. This is not mesh. So the curves and go to insert nut. All right, now, so I'm going to control vertex. Do you see, look at this? These are all, points that I just added on here. So now you can easily grab the one of those in the vertex and then you can modify. You see, you can still modify it, see? Okay. So after this, so we are learning what? Revolve, yeah, revolve. Revolve is this one, revolve. Very popular, revolve. We don't go to mesh or edit mesh, yeah, right here. Curves and surfaces and the revolve. So before applying this revolve, you have to go to object mode. And then you will see green line instead of blue line. And then just one click, that's it. See? Now we have perspective view. Now you see not very beautiful. I kind of did it very roughly, but we got this kind of wine glass form by clicking just revolve here. And I can move down. And then, of course, you can still change the shape. You can still modify this form, but you can rotate this one. The downside of using this NURBS modeling, so you cannot actually do many things. Like for instance, if like to just do some small modification, very minimal modification, it's very hard to do. And my suggestion is go to object mode. Okay, object mode, and then modify, and then we find the convert. Okay, convert, and find the NURBS to polygon. NURBS to polygon. All right, so NURBS to polygon. So rather than just selecting NURBS to polygon, maybe you can choose this one, empty box, and open this. Convert NURBS to polygon option. And typically we select this one, control points instead of a general. It's a control. And then let me test it. So now, so we have successfully converted. Okay, this one. Okay, this is a polygon. This is NURBS. Compared to this one, this looks so ugly. So of course we have to hit 3. Can you see the difference between NURBS and polygon? Absolutely not. What the same. But look at this. Like for instance, are you a fan of this the insert edge loop tool? All right. So we understand how to use this insert edge loop tool. Right? Click on the NURBS modeling, nothing happens. So you cannot use this. So what if go to box modeling, the polygon? Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? Set polygon. You can add more segments by using this the insert edge loop tool or the multi-culture connector. Yeah. So what if you like to modify this form? NURBS modeling. So go to this line, EP curve. We use the EP curve and right click. And then what I'm going to do. And do you see this? It changes both. It's a really interesting things about, say, look at this. See? You see? So if you don't want this, okay. So once you're completely happy with the form that you created, always select this line, delete it, and that's it. So this now you have two NURBS and this poly. loft. Loft is, let's get rid of this. I guess this one is loft. Yeah, this isn't loft. Let's say you want to create this kind of flat material model. Yeah, definitely you can use this one, plane, or you can use cube. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, you can create that kind of form. But you need to add many subdivisions, many just segments. It will dramatically increase the number of polygons. If you like to create perfectly smooth, soft, materials. All right, so with NURBS modeling technique, you can create this kind of model, 3D model, with a very few minimal number of polygons. All right, see, also we need to go to curves, and I'm going to keep using this is EP curve. Let me draw a line here. One line, two lines. Right, it's two lines. Say curve one, curve two. Unless you like to rename, that's fine. Okay, just a two line. Yeah, just a two line. And line one, line two. And then we're going to add a face, just one face, probably more than one face in between these two lines, Okay, select the line one and hold down shift and select the line two. I think the order is important. Selecting number one and number two. Typically, this is kind of right order. What if you select the line two and line one? It might create some, you'll see some kind of different result. Okay, let's select the one first and hold down shift. Like this one, and the loft. All right. Do you see the difference? So now we have a completely dark, black, face. We have created a face in between those two lines. What kind of lines? EP curve line. But the face is completely dark. This means it's kind of reversed. That's very reversed. So let me undo this. So let me select the line two first. Okay, line two first, hold down shift and the line one. And then loft. Do you see? This is the correct one. But see, in case, don't panic. So in case you got all of a sudden, you kind of notice that some black, face is black in a polygon. So look at this, like black polygon. Yeah, don't panic. Select this, and I go surfaces next to the curves, and you'll find this reverse. So reverse direction. So whenever you see this black, that's wrong. That's bad. So you have to go to surfaces and select this reverse direction, and this is correct. So let me flip this over. See, black. See, the back front. So from here, you probably never heard about this. Isoparm. Have you guys ever heard this? Isoparm. This is called Isoparm. We understand how to add more segments and more subdivision while using this, such as multi-cut and connect tool or insert edge tool and other tools in a box modeling nature. But in NURBS modeling nature, there's no such thing. So you cannot use this multi-cut. You cannot use connect tool. You cannot use this insert edge tool. But you have to use Isoparm instead. Isoparm. So right click and Isoparm. What it does is you need to grab any of those edges. And do you see? You can drag this. See, now you should see kind of yellow dotted. Do you see here? See, yellow dotted line. This is a new segment I just added. It still not haven't been activated yet. That's why you see just yellow line. See yellow. If you like to add more segments, hold down Shift and then grab any edges. 2, 3, 4, 5. So what if you like to add another segment in this direction, not the vertical but horizontal direction? Hold down Shift, grab these edges. Do you see what I'm doing here? So I added many extra segments, as you can see. Look at this. I did not use multi-cut. I did not use connector. I did not use insert extrude tool, but I used Isoparm. Why Isoparm? Because we are making some 3D object by using NURBS modeling technique. So when you see all these dotted line means these are not yet activated. So how to activate this new segments? You need to click dash activate. You have to activate it. Let me click this. Do you see? These are okay, all the segment I just added. So after this, right click and control Vertex. Fortunately, now you can grab the bunch of the, look at this, bunch of the, control about, yeah, Vertex control, and then you can modify. So you can modify this formula. See, modify this. So we right click. So you should notice that although we added the number of the segments, okay, without using this kind of things, but Isoparm, but some faces, like particularly around here, look at this, it's pretty choppy. See, pretty jagged here. The lines I'm talking about here, it's jagged. So what to do? Add more segments. Add more segments. So let me right click, Isoparm. So you need to grab these edges or these edges. Okay, now I'm gonna grab these edges and drag it. One here, hold down Shift, and grab another one, but probably one more. Right here, right? And then activate those. You see, now we got perfectly smooth. So now we notice that, see, if you like to convert, there's two, polygon, now go to modify and convert NURBS to polygon, and reset control point, translate. So with a relatively small number of polygons, so you can create this kind of form. So what about this one? Do you see the difference? NURBS and this point. Are you wondering how many polygons and this guy has? Let's see, well, display and has a display and a poly count. Now this one has 880. But if you select this, you won't see all 000 because this is not a polygon models. This is polygons. Also, let me keep doing this. 1, 2, 3, whatever. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay, sometimes we understand now. We just learn how to use Isoparm things, but you can add some segments, subdivision before adding skin in between these two lines. PP curve, and then C, hold down C, Charlie. And let me add my new segments. Okay, around the middle, right here. And then hold down C. You see, If you hold down C, it slides, it slides on the line. If you don't, see, go outside of this. Okay, we just add 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let me select the right order, curve 1, curve 2, curve 3, and then loft. You see, you get this kind of thing. Okay, what if I select the curve 1, curve 3, curve 2, curve? It's still okay. Now curve 1, curve 2, curve 3. So this time we're not going to use DS. What is this? Loft. But instead, let's use not extrude. This is what rail. See, it doesn't work, right? Upside down. Curve 3, curve 2, curve 1, and then rail. See. So we got in a skin, although this kind of upside down. Yeah, don't worry. So go always go to surfaces and the reverse direction. Yeah, that's cool. See, I added new segment before and adding the new actual faces and the new skins. So what if we do something like this? Oh, we have 3 lines here. Okay, let's do this way. I select this one, the shortest line, actually the curve number 3, and the right click, Ctrl Vertex. Can you count the number of Ctrl Vertex? 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And with this, you can change something like this, right? Something like this, like wavy. But what if you like to add more point, more vertex? Okay. Right click and outside. And I'm going to go to curves and the rebuild, and the rebuild curve option. I just wanted to add more points, so that I can make some kind of nice and wavy line. So number of span, let's add just 5 there, and the rebuild. Okay, let's right click and edit point. You see, we have more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So what if I add even more? Let's try. I'm curious. Curves and the rebuild. What if I type 10? I can add more. And the right click at the point. Yep, look at this. Now we have 10. Do you see right there? Sorry, it's vertex. So with this, now we have enough kind of a number. Like for instance, see, yeah, for instance, you can make this kind of nice. Like this, something like this. After this, okay, let's try the curve 3, curve 2, and curve 1. I selected all 3 in the curves. And then I'm not going to use this loft as we saw. This doesn't work with 3 lines. This time we're going to rail. All right. Still upside down. So what if I choose the line number 1, line 2, line 3, and the rail? Yeah, it doesn't work. See? And not a big deal. So we have to select the line that we create, the later one first, the second and first one is the braille. Oh, this time works. And whenever you see some black, so don't worry, always go to surfaces and select the reverse in a direction. So now look at this. Again, if you like to create in this kind of form, you can definitely use the the cube or in a plane or others. Yeah, yes, definitely you can create this kind of form, but you need to add many segments. Also, it takes a longer time to achieve this kind of form under box modeling techniques. So with this, let's say if you like to refine something, like Ctrl Vertex, for instance, you can grab the couple vertices, Do you see what I'm doing here? Something like this. See, this is something like this. So I saw, some students use this technique while they're creating Earth, like a train on the landscape. See? See? Yeah, if zoom in, I'm okay. I'm happy with these areas, but I'm kind of frustrated with the choppiness on here. Okay, isoform. That means we need to add more. Not this stuff. Isoform. Right click isoform. Select this. Move here. Okay, isoform. Just add a few more. Shift. Add more. Add more. And then go to right here. Activate. There we go. Look at this. See, that was perfectly smooth. Do you think you can apply some texture here? So look at this. See how to convert? Select that, convert NURBS to poly. Set. Yeah, you can still modify after converting. Yeah, I think we just did this rail and the lobed revolve. Let's do this extrude. Okay, while learning revolve and NURBS modeling, we create a wine glass. Of course, we imported the reference, this one. You can still create some kind of symmetrical, form, like a cup or a wine glass and some jar or base without actually using this kind of reference. Let me quickly show how to do this. Curves and surfaces. And I'm going to use EP curve. So center the origin. Let's say okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Set like this kind of form. Yeah. And let's see, 8 points. Snap. Oops. There we go. Is that right? Okay, can you imagine? I just created the contour the outside of base. Yeah, I didn't import any reference. Right? I didn't use okay, any images. Which is true. Okay. And then right click, Revolve. Looks like a pumpkin. Doesn't like a pig. Well, anyway, say without using any of you can still create this one, but this time Has anyone noticed that something I missed? Nobody? I didn't create depth. See, I didn't create depth. Look at this. This kind of paper. Okay. So when you do this this kind of method, what you can do, just create outlines, the exterior and the skin only, without adding any depth, no thickness, and just convert NURBS to poly modeling. So what I'm doing here, look at this, and then hit renown NURBS, and this is what polygon. With this, right click, so go here, and the modeling toolkit. Now you can use this one, extrude, for this. You cannot use this extrude for this. This is NURBS. This is how you can use this extrude. Now extrude, and then we'll hit all. You see what I'm doing here? Now, see, hit 4. You see, I just added a depth, this amount of depth. See, this amount of depth here. This doesn't have it. So with this, now we can easily just select edges and make this kind of form. See, double click. See, this kind of form. See, 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 yeah, like this. Yeah. So it looks like this. This one's a little like old Chinese, ceramic. So this one, of course, you cannot use this. You cannot use this. But if you like to modify, this form, I suggest to use this. Say, go here, right click. All right, let's say, select this. You see what I'm doing here? Say, with this. Say, you can modify this. You see? Of course, in order to add some depth, you need to convert this to poly first. Where we are. Extrude, yeah, extrude. Let's do this. Extrude. Extrude is right here. Again, I'm gonna draw a line. And then this time I'm gonna draw a circle, not here, but here. I see now. Instead of, okay, double click. And axis X, Y, Z. Looks like we have G. No, looks like X. There we go. Okay. So select both. I'm gonna place this tiny circle just in front of the one edge, something like this. Do you see this? All right. Let's create a tube quickly. Tube, just simply a tube by using this. So we have a line here and this circle. I'm gonna go to what happened? It doesn't really matter. So let's get rid of this. Okay, line and a circle. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. All right. First, I'm gonna select my circle first. No circle, not just circle, no circle, and then I'm gonna select the curve and the extrude. Not this one. This one extrude. Yeah, looks like perfect. And this is 2. So again, what if I select the curve first, line first, and then circle, extrude? See, result is different. Look at this. Of course, you can go to surfaces and the reverse direction, but if you like to get the right direction on the beginning, you have to select the circle first and then curve and extrude. Oh, what did I do? Curve first? Sometimes it's confusing. Oh my goodness. No, that's weird. Surfaces reverse. That's weird. Anyway, so what if I select this? Circle. See? You can make it larger and smaller. Also, if you go to Attribute Editor, you can find this is knob circle, and this one is extrude knob circle. 360-degree, whole in a circle. Whole circle is 360. So sometimes you might want to, I think here's something wrong. See, maybe there's something wrong. It's like this. That is correct. Okay, here's the 2. Sometimes you might want to create just this kind of form. So not in a whole full circle. You can adjust this and make something like this. So you need to go to Attribute Editor and find the circle and adjust the sweep value. And what about this radius? You can also change the shape, make it bigger and smaller radius. 360 or 122. Okay. And here's a section. It doesn't change much. Okay. What about the extrude here? Here's a rotation. Also, you can change scale. Here's a degree, and under now circle we have a cubic and the linear. So cubic, linear, cubic. Okay. If you like to create something like something like this, like a turbine. Turbine with this, there's 2. Some of you guys understand how to do, already know how to do Isoparm. Maybe something like this. And activate it. And then Isoparm. At probably one more. Oh. 3. And then I clear it. convert. Edge. No depth. Okay. Extrude. So you want to achieve kind of nice hard edges at both ends. Insert edge loop too. Also, what if okay, let's do like this. I select the 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices and hit all, or something like this. And just like the circle. Try again. And extrude. This time works. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Okay, different types of looks like a little square, you know, the tube here. Add more segments, right click, Isoparm. Okay, with this, what if you like to create some nice curve, like something like this, nice curve, like waveform. You may consider using, where is it? Where is it? Detach. Yeah, here's a detach and attach on the surfaces. Curves, surfaces, curves, surfaces. You can find all necessary in the tool under either, you know, curves or surfaces. I'm gonna select the detach. So it's a detach. How do we, you know, how, you know, can you tell these are detaches? Detached, obviously, yeah, detached. See, these are detached. So we like to create some nice curve here. So I'm gonna drag this up a little bit. Right. See, and then select this one and select this one. 2. I'm not sure the order is important or not. Anyway, I probably select this first and then go to surfaces and you can find the attach, detach, attach. See, now we got a nice curve here, and then we don't need this stuff, you know, these two in separate pieces, right? And then you achieve this kind of thing. I don't change anymore because we use the detach and attach. So even if you change the scale, it doesn't affect as NURBS models.